Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dorcas. If this is the first time you're coming across this page, you're most welcome. Kindly consider hitting the subscribe button, and you're a returning subscriber. Thank you so very much for always doing this with us. Today we are reacting to the man of the moment, Donald Trump. Yes, it is no longer news that there was an attempt on his life during one of his rallies recently, where a shooter almost took his life but scratched his ear. So we are looking at a video or a footage rather, from the moment the Secret Service took down the gunman in that shooting. So let's get right into that.
My guys, take a look at that chart.
It is exactly what these counter snipers trained to do. But this was the first time in history, according to a former senior agent, that a Secret Service sniper killed a would-be assassin. But clearly a shot too late. In the moments leading up to the deadly shooting, you can see those two counter snipers scanning for threats in their positions on the rooftop behind former President Trump. Their high-powered rifles appear to be pointed in the direction of the gunman's position on an adjacent building overlooking the rally. Within seconds, chaos.
What?
Stand here. He's on top of the roof. Don't go over there.
The sniper appears momentarily startled by the gunfire, his face leaving the scope, but then quickly recovering and taking out the would-be assassin.
There's no room for error, so that shot placement has to be absolutely precise.
We can see the guy down.
Authorities saying this is the lifeless body of the
What?
shooter on the roof of that building. According to a former agent, Secret Service counter-sniper teams should have scoped out and advanced all those areas where there were potential threats beforehand and known what the line of sight to Trump could be.
The fact that somebody was able to get within 200 yards with a rifle and
This
be on an
is
exposed
incredible.
rooftop, be seen by other people there, be seen by where it should have been cameras and drones and many other things in place. To watch for that, something broke down. That shooter with that rifle should have never been that close to the former president of the United States at a venue like this.
So let's bring in Martha Raddatz on that point tonight. And Martha, you said it would be up to a Secret Service sniper team to have surveyed those buildings even beyond the perimeter, the security perimeter there. And the other question, though, is even if they had, is there an explanation as to why they wouldn't have seen that suspected shooter suddenly appear on the roof during that rally? This was some 8 minutes into the rally.
David, it's really unclear why they did not see him sooner. He obviously had time to climb onto that rooftop with a rifle, get in position to shoot, take aim, and fire off rounds that were accurate enough to come very close to killing former President Trump, David.
And Martha, you've covered so many of these political rallies yourself. I've covered them as well, and we've been in those crowds. And almost as reporters, I mean, we're not
This
on
is
the lookout,
incredible.
certainly, but
In
you
United
generally look at
States.
the perimeter. It's something that you're kind of drawn to, particularly in your line of reporting as our global affairs correspondent. You've been to war zones all over the world, and in the midst of this very deeply divided country, you almost out of curiosity look around, which is why it's not surprising that there have been initial reports that a witness or two might have spotted something suspicious up on top of that roof, because it really wasn't that far away.
It really wasn't, and in fact, I think initial reports had it even farther away, but it was about 150 yards, and there were people gathered around that area. I'm in Washington, D.C. I see the president all the time and motorcade, so just as you say, David, we're very aware of that and ourselves looking around in that kind of environment, and witnesses do say they saw the shooter somewhere near that rooftop, David.
And you have to wonder, Martha, before I let you go, about the political campaign moving forward, really for both campaigns and how these rallies, certainly the temperature, if the rhetoric is dialed back at all, given the calls from both the Trump campaign and the Biden campaign tonight, but from a security perspective, how that will change moving forward as well.
Well, at the Secret Service, I've really never seen so many law enforcement officials, former law enforcement officials especially, saying publicly that this was a failure on the part of the Secret Service. So they will certainly try to double down what they are doing. Again, as you said, David, so eloquently, they responded very well to this attempt, but were not proactive enough, according to officials. David?
Martha Raddatz with us again tonight for our coverage. Martha, thank you.
Wow. Wow. Nobody would have believed this can happen in the United States soil to a former president of the United States. I quite agree that this is a failure on the part of the Secret Service. How did the gunman get so close to the rally ground? Because I know that in Secret Service, that before such activity happens, there must be a surveillance across the perimeter. So why, how? It even had a shot. Yes, almost on target. Thankfully, Donald Trump is alive, because it would have been a different story entirely. But I think that Secret Service have to up their games. Yes, they have to do better, because this should not have happened. No, this should not have happened. In a split of a second, Donald Trump would have been down, and that is what it is. All these ones would have been stories after and all of that. But surveillance were in place, Secret Service were on ground. So how did this gunman get to the rooftop, got into position, and even released a bullet towards Donald Trump? Thankfully, the gunman is down and Donald Trump is alive. That's all that matters at this point. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Please like, comment, and share. And I see you right in my next video. Bye.